Okay, let me give you a little tip on air conditioner work. That other video didn't come out too good because I'm sure you couldn't hear me. But I dropped a little charge in my truck here, and I've shut it down, and it's coming back up. Get a little thermometer and stick it in your vent so you can read your output. And I got no blower fan here. It's important to have some air moving across your condenser. You know, simulate driving conditions to get your AC systems to work right. And of course, a couple of good set of gauges. These are snap-ons because I love snap-on. They got the shut-off valve for the service tube here and a sight glass. And these are 134A. Really good set of gauges. This is a 99 F350. It's 5.4 Triton engine, and pretty much most of the Ford AC is all the same. Down there you got your compressor and your accumulator. And if you're not familiar with air conditioning units or automotive AC systems, 134A systems, get on YouTube and, you know, just look at some stuff on the net. There's a lot of guys that have some good information. This is your low side port, your low side fitting, that's the blue one up here, and your high side fitting is the red one that you hook up, and you just hook them up and you can watch your temperatures fluctuate with the pressure, watch where the system's going, and you know, make sure you understand what a compressor is. It's basically a pump pumps liquid, a compressor pumps vapor, and that compressor pumps liquid freon around. And the reason you got your accumulator here is you can't put liquid to that compressor or it'll lock it up. So, you know, if you look at one of the help things, you know, you got your accumulator here. I believe your phase, yeah, your orifice tube should be right in here. I'm assuming this is a Ford orifice tube. So you've got your condenser up front. You probably can't even see this, but this is your high side. This is the discharge of the compressor. So your compressor discharges vapor at a high pressure. It sends it into the condenser up here by your radiator. It goes from a high pressure vapor to a high pressure liquid, and then down here on the hose below it, it goes over here, and that's this hose here. So it's a high pressure liquid, I beg your pardon, yeah, it's a high pressure liquid right here. And I gotta think about this as I talk about it. I don't do this every day. You got an orifice tube in here, which is basically a restrictive orifice, and then you switch over to your low side, and as that high pressure liquid flashes across that orifice, it goes into a low pressure liquid. And this whole mechanism in here, this whole box and everything, that's your blower motor and your evaporator coil. And the evaporator does just that. It takes the liquid and it picks up heat from inside the truck, and it boils that off to a liquid, from a liquid to a vapor. So now you've got this line here, you're coming out of your evaporator. Now you're a low pressure vapor. Okay, it goes into the accumulator. You got your clutch cycling switch right here, so if this gets too much, it kills your compressor, electromagnetic clutch on your compressor. And if you got any liquid, it stays down in here. This is your vapor line coming off, and this is what you always see sweating. Your vapor line comes off low pressure, and this is your compressor suction, or your low pressure. Once it goes down and gets into the compressor, it turns into a high pressure vapor, and then it goes back through here, this hose right here, which is this hose right here, which you can always tell it's the high side. And normal operating, this should be very, very hot, too hot to touch. So like I said, get on the net. A lot of good, much better than this videos about air conditioning, and don't be afraid to mess with it. Once you figure it out what's going where and get a set of gauges and hook them up, you know, it's kind of thing you'll get the hang of. Later.